And again, overall, a lot of compliments so far from the community. There's always concerns how we're going to pay for it, and that is a challenge. So that's going to make my job a little tougher again as we go after that grant money, but we'll continue to pursue that with the provincial and federal levels as soon as possible.
That was Mayor Gerald Albers after City Council on Monday. Now, Jace, it's been a number of days here since the city announced the location and some tentative plans for the new arena complex. What has the initial reaction been from residents of Lloydminster?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to talk with Mayor Gerald Albers on Friday after their special council meeting when they selected the location, and then again this week on Monday. And so far, he said he's heard relatively positive feedback from a lot of people. There's been some negative comments of people wanting maybe this money put into other projects. But the main reason that the city is going ahead and pushing forward with this arena and really going aggressively forward is because they have been doing engineering reports on different city facilities. And one came back recently that says that the Civic Center has between 2 and 5 years left in its lifespan. And they don't want to lose that ice surface, something happen, and then the Bobcats need to go play somewhere else for a season. So this is something that they really want to get done now. There's also some grant money that's up for grabs, one-time grant money. So they really want to try and take advantage of that grant money if they can. So big news from last week is they officially selected a location. So they selected a city-owned piece of land just south of Gold Horse Casino and east of 40th Ave. So that is where they selected for the location. Now, some of the pros of that space is it has good access to main highways. It also already has water and sewer connections there, and there's also potential for growth and development coming out of that space. So there was a few other options, one up by Lloyd X and another one on the Alberta side, but both of those were above the tracks, and that was something that the city didn't want to have to build something above the tracks. They wanted something that was very easily accessible to people across the city, and then they also wanted it on the Saskatchewan side since they are going for a Saskatchewan grant as well.
Now, Jace, obviously the location has now been selected. Just take us a little deeper into what some of the plans of the new arena could be.
Yeah, so they're still in the planning and design phase, but the tentative plan is to have between a 2,000 and 2,500 event arena. And this would be the kind of focal point of an event kind of district where they would also have a community rink attached there. So there would be 2 ice surfaces. They also want to have an outdoor ice surface there. There's also plans to possibly have a skate park there, and they also want to have around 6 slow pitch diamonds. And there's also a stormwater pond on site that they want to kind of develop, have trails around there, parking for this whole facility, and have this be a year-round space for the city. So it's not just an arena. They want this to be an event space that's going to also spur, hopefully, some future investment and growth around that area as well.
We're not over duplicating anything. We have a shortage of ball fields. We hear that repeatedly year after year. That's been there since I came on council in 2016. I heard about it, and I know council has heard about it ever since. So we're trying to address some of the extras that make a community a great place to live by having that opportunity, and by the enhancement of building something that, planning to build something that has the ability to have multiple use year round. I think that's what people look at as the community.
It gives the opportunity to also bring in different levels, whether it be provincial or national. And you see the history that Lloydminster's had here in hosting, and the big crowds always come out to those events. And I think, it becomes a primary spot, and then it just adds to the energy of whatever, whether it's curling or hockey. There's just a lot of excitement in it, and it fills the arena with a lot of just emotion and energy, and every player and athlete would want to play in front of those kind of numbers. And I think it'd just be really exciting and an opportunity that people would look forward to, no matter the age or the level. I think it'd just be really exciting.
And currently, the Centennial Civic Center holds about 1,700 people. Now, if the arena were to go to that 2,000 to 2,500 gap, it would be near the top of the AJHL, with Grand Prairie sitting at the top just below 3,000 seats there. And as well, it would be similar to Camrose that can host about 2,500 seats. Now, Jace, the arena is to be finished in 2025. Obviously, there's quite a few steps in between now and then. Just take us through what is next for the city here.
And I just wanted to touch on that seating too. They're still in the design and consultation phase. So going out of this, they're going to start consulting with people in the community, specifically that area, but broadly across the city to see exactly what the city wants out of this new arena. So they're aiming for that 2,000 to 2,500. Could go a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. That'll be through their consultation phase. So that's going to be coming up soon. They're going to be talking with citizens here, finding out exactly what we want from that entire district as well. And like I said, also funding is a big thing. So this project has an over $50 million price tag. So it's going to be a big chunk of change for the city to put in a big investment. So they're applying for a grant from the government of Saskatchewan. Now, this is a one-time grant. It's not going to be up again. They made sure to get in before the January 11th deadline. And they're hoping to get $13 million from Saskatchewan and then an additional $20 million from the federal government. So that would be $33 million they get from other levels of government, and then they would then have to figure out, okay, how are we going to fund the rest of this project? So there's still a lot of work to go. I know city administration and Mayor Albert told me that's the next steps for him, is talking with people at the provincial level and also at the federal level and say, here's where we're at, this is why we need this money, and just crossing their fingers and hoping that they can get that grant funding, and it'll make this project move a lot sooner because, yeah, the lifespan of the Civic Center is 2 to 5 years, so they're hoping to have a new arena open by 2025.
Exciting, exciting news. Thank you for this, Jace. We will be continuing to follow this story as things develop.